What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about England's last game that we went and played Denmark in the UEFA Nations League, match day 2, guys. Anyway, guys, let's just get straight into today's video. We made 3 changes from the last game against Iceland, talking about the starting 11. So we started with Pickford, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Cody, Dyer, Trippier, Rice, Phillips, Sancho, Kane and Sterling. Getting to the overall reaction now. Lacklustre England draw with Denmark. Awful, not good enough. This team needs major surgery. The performance wasn't good enough. Once again, we struggle for creativity. This team needs to wake up. If England play like that against Belgium, we will not survive. Stay up to watch some bollocks. I've never come on and I've never had a rant about England, but unfortunately I'm going to have a rant because I've watched England against Denmark and Iceland, 2 games, 2 poor performances that I've witnessed from England. I don't know what's gone on. No creativity from the start, from the get-go, no intensity, no tempo. I mean, where do you start with this team at the moment? I mean, it brings up players like the likes of Calvin Phillips. Everyone's getting all hyped up about this Phillips guy. I personally think he's not good enough to be in the England squad. I don't know how he's got in the England squad in the first place. Sick and tired of this now, because I've seen England now against Denmark, such a lacklustre performance. And what pissed me off in this game, I was watching that game against Denmark and a baffling decision by Gareth Southgate. If you want to go attacking, and he took off Trent, but this is a baffling decision. You always see it time and time again, where managers bring off a fullback and put another fullback on. You're chasing down a goal, you're trying to get a goal, you need to score a goal, you need the 3 points, and you bring on another fullback. What on earth is all that about, Gareth? You want to get a goal, and if you want to win the game and you want the 3 points, you go on, put in a striker on. Tammy was there, play him. What are these decisions, Gareth? Honestly, no one can't understand your tactics, no one can't understand your plan B, no one can't understand your substitutions. What is going on? I mean, we've seen enough of it. There's a lack of productivity in the team, lack of positivity, and a lack of ambition in this team right now. I don't give a shit. The England what we're watching right now is not England. This is the worst I've seen England play in a couple of years, since Roy Hodgson. About 4 years ago he was in charge. Witnessing that against Iceland and Denmark, not good enough. Gareth, mate, I think you need to reconsider your midfield for next month. It's not good enough. The 2 performances have not been good enough. Sick and tired of this now. It was awful to watch. You've got fans all around the world watching England. I stayed up till about 2:45 to watch that game, till about 4:45 to watch a load of bollocks. What a waste. What a waste of 2 hours that I'm watching. Not good enough. And if you want to show the fans what we need, go and prove it. Go and tell your team. Go out there. Fight from minute 1 to minute 90. Show the character. We have none of that. We need improvement. I don't know what's going on. I thought we would put on a better performance against Denmark, but no. We're not good enough. Not good enough from this England team. For me, it's just not good enough. Not good enough. I'm sick and tired of it, and he needs to get down to a solution of what's caused this. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And rightly so, I shouldn't be happy, because it was awful. This team needs major surgery at the moment as well. Once again, we struggle for creativity. What's going on with the creativity? You need to reconsider your midfield for next month. Honestly, unless we won't survive against Belgium. We'll get slaughtered against Belgium, and they'll probably spank us 10-0 or something like that. Not good enough. Anyway, guys, let's get into the questions now. What did I make of the performance? No, it was awful, wasn't it? I mean, lack of productivity, positivity and ambition in the team. Not good enough. And, where's the desire, the commitment and the attitude from the players? And it's not good enough. And, there was no character, no fight, no passion, no pride. I mean, how do you explain that game? It's not good enough, is it? I mean, first half, I don't know where to start in the first half. I think, probably a bit of energy, but, lacked in creativity. Players look a bit lost. We don't know what we're doing. I thought in the last game against Iceland, we couldn't find the last pass. Struggled in the final third this time. We couldn't even find that, and lack of creativity. We're just not showing that desire in the team, and there's no commitment from the players. There's just no character. I mean, you could go on and on and on and on, and there was just no tempo, no intensity. We're not playing with intent. There's no energy. It looks like the players are tired. They look knackered. They're not bothered. I just don't know what's going on. First half, I mean, I think Denmark had a couple of good chances. The chances that they could have scored on, England got lucky. Pickford made a great save. I can't even think of a chance that we made in the first half. Second half, I think we were, I don't know, probably played a little bit more energy in the team. Was there any changes in terms of tempo, intensity? A bit, not much though. We showed a bit of intent, but again, there was a little bit of commitment with the players, but again, just didn't have the desire in the second half to go and win the game. We didn't deserve to win the game, so you struggle to find positives out of that game, and I can't find them. So it's not good enough for me. I mean, we made it hard for ourselves once again, but this time we lost. I mean, I'm hearing from Connor Cody as a defender, it's a clean sheet. Never mind, it's a fucking clean sheet. I mean, Jesus, we didn't win the game, did we? It's a draw. Why are we drawing to teams like Denmark? Denmark, they're a good team. They've got some good players. They've got some quality good players in there. But once again, we should be beating teams like Denmark. We've got a good winning ratio against Denmark. So very poor. I think they need to start thinking about fans a little bit more as well. Never mind about there was no fans in the stadium. If they were in the stadium, we would have helped the team to get the win. There's teams out there that can win games without fans. I mean, look at Manchester United. We won games behind closed doors at home, and at least we got wins. Yes, we may have had a couple of losses, but yes, we may have had a couple of draws, but at the end of the day, we're still getting results and we're still winning games. But it's not good enough from these players, and I mean, we don't look good at the minute, and we're putting ourselves in a bit of a mess at the minute, and we're stuck in the mud, and we don't know what to do. Sideways, backwards. Get it up, swift. So it's not good enough, and like I said, this team needs major surgery. The performance wasn't good enough for me. Once again, we struggled for it. We struggled for creativity once again. The team needs to wake up, and we will not survive against Belgium if we perform like that against Belgium. So we're going to have to really bang our heads together and go for it against Denmark. We've got to go for it against Belgium. This is the second game England have looked uninspiring. Why is that the case with England at the moment? I think it's the fact that a lack of creativity. The tactics have been very poor. The game plan, you can't understand what the game plan is. Maybe some people, a few of them, like me, I understand what the game plan is. And the game plan is get the ball to Raheem Sterling and hope for the best. Because it clearly shows that Gareth Southgate favours Sterling more than Sancho, because Sancho came off after like 66 minutes or something like that. Get the ball to Raheem Sterling and hope for the best. So there's no tactics whatsoever. There's lack of creativity in the team. There's a lack of productivity, positivity and ambition in the team. There's just a lack of desire, commitment, no character, no passion, no pride, just no intent in our play. No intensity, no tempo. If you're not doing all these things, and it's the basics once again, you're not going to win games, unfortunately. The team needs to wake up a little bit, and never mind about looking forward to the Premier League this weekend. You've got to think about the England games first. I know players don't want to get injured, but that happens. If players get injured, they get injured. What can you do? You can't do anything about it. Never mind about thinking about this weekend. You've got to go and win your games for your country. It's not good enough. Like again, fans staying up till ridiculous times, like me, 2:45, not going to bed till 5 o'clock in the morning. Not good enough from this England team. We need to really have a shake-up, have a rethink. We need to go again now against Belgium. It's just the basics, really. And if you can't do your basics, I don't know, there's something wrong with this team, obviously. In the past 2 games now, there has been awful decision making by Gareth Southgate in terms of tactics and substitutions. England haven't performed well against Iceland, now Denmark. What does Gareth Southgate need to do to get England back to perform well again? What he needs to do now is this: he needs to get the team back to scratch. He needs to rethink about his midfield. You can't have Phillips back in the team. I don't know what the hype is about him. I don't know him. No one knows him at the end of the day. People will know because he's playing for Leeds United. People will say, oh, he's had a great season there, but never mind about that. We're used to have seen the players the likes of Henderson, great captain, leadership again, brings more leadership into the team. It brings a lot to the England team. He'll push us forward. He needs to rethink about his midfield. He just needs to get England back to scratch, get them back to the basics. Just get back to the basics, Gareth. The substitutions, I'll say it again, bringing off Trent and you're bringing on Maitland-Niles just to make his England debut. What you on about? You need to attack the game. You need to win the game. You need the 3 points. Go and bring on another attacking player. What are you doing? Bringing another fullback on just to give him his England debut. It's like a tick. I've made my England debut. What are you doing? Never mind about England debuts and that. Get attacking. And we didn't see enough of that. He needs to rethink about his midfield. Just needs to get back to his basics. Once you get back to your basics, then you know what you can do. Then you can push forward. Then you know what you're doing. But I think it's all about the intensity, the tempo, the rhythm, the confidence. It's just playing with energy once again. I mean, he's changing the formation about. Why are you changing the system? Stick to the 4-2-3-1. Well, I said this in my last video. Stick to the 4-2-3-1 and we'll definitely win games with that formation. Pissing about with the formation isn't going to get you wins unless if the players know their role. If they don't know their role, then it's not working. You need to get back to the 4-2-3-1. Then you're talking. So just get back to the basics, I say. Who is my man of the match? I can't pick anyone. I think the only bright one that tried to give it a go, he tried to give it a go against Iceland. I mean, he did fade a bit. Sancho, Sterling tried his best once again, but it's hard to think who was the man of the match, especially when we drew a game. But I think the only one that probably stood out for me, had a go, tried, Harry Kane, Sterling. How do we beat Belgium? Now, the thing is, Belgium are a great team. England have got beaten twice by Belgium in the World Cup. I don't think we got our pants pulled down. I think it was because, I think the first time round in the group stage, I think it was just unfortunate. But I think in the third place playoff, the players were tired. And what it is now, I think this is a must-win for England, I think it's a must-win because I think we have to win it. So I think what we need to do now is Gareth needs to rethink. He needs to look. He needs to watch the games now in the Premier League. Rethink about his midfield. I would not call up Calvin Phillips once again. He's not the man. He definitely needs Rashford in the team. You could tell that he was a big loss. So yeah, he just needs to reconsider a few good players once again into the team. At this rate, I'd reconsider bringing back Lingard. At this rate, people might be laughing, and I'd bring back Lingard. I mean, he had a couple of good games towards the end of the season. But how do we beat Belgium? I mean, we need to get back to our basics. If we can get back to our basics, then we know what we can do against Belgium. Belgium, very good team, got some quality players. They're gonna press us from minute 1 to minute 90, and yeah, I mean, they're gonna really give us a good game, and it's not going to be easy. So with Belgium, I think it's all about, you need the quick and bright start to the game, and if you don't have the quick and bright start to the game, you need to play with energy, you need to play with high intensity, high tempo, you need to play with intent in our play. If we're playing it out from the back, you've got to do it quick. So the transition's got to be quick from defence to attack. We just need a bit more unity in the team at the minute as well, and a bit more productivity, a bit more commitment, a bit more desire in our team to go and win this game against Belgium. And we just need to be more robust as a team, and we just need to be, yeah, like I said, we need to be more of a bit of a unity together. within the team. Never mind about we need to be a unit at the back. The defence is rock solid at the back. We know what we can do. We know what we're capable of doing it defensively. We know we're good in defensively. So it's just a matter of fact, we've got to break them down now, because we've showed that in the last couple of games we can't break down Iceland and Denmark. So we just need to have a rethink, get back to the basics, and if we can get back to the basics, we'll be okay. We just need to show that energy, the intensity, the tempo, the intent. You just gotta have a quick and bright start to the game, and you're just gonna have to maintain that for the 90 minutes. So it might be tough, the place might huff and puff, but I think it's just the fact that the fitness levels need to be up there for this game as well. So press the reset button, rethink of that midfield, Gareth. Bring back a couple of players that we need that were injured, and I think we'll be okay for this game. Honestly, we just need to perform better, and we need more creativity in the team. And as long as we get more creativity in the team, we'll be fine. You just gotta find that commitment, the design, the attitude from the players, and more ambition from the players to get something out of the game. So I think that's how you beat Belgium at the end of the day. You're just going to have to press them back. They're a great team. They've got some fantastic players. That's all you have to do against Belgium. Anyway, getting into the stats now. Possession for Denmark, it was 46%, and for England it was 54%. Goals for Denmark, it was 0, and for England it was 0. Total shots for Denmark, it was 11, and for England it was 6. Shots on target for Denmark, it was 2, and for England it was 2. Shot accuracy for Denmark, it was 18.2%, and for England it was 33.3%. Shots inside the box for Denmark, it was 4, and for England it was 4. Shots outside the box for Denmark, it was 7, and for England it was 2. Total passes for Denmark, it was 451 passes, and for England it was 533 passes. Pass accuracy for Denmark, it was 81.6%. For England, it was 82%. Anyway, getting into the substitutions now. Sancho went off and Mount. Talk about Sancho's performance. Sancho departed on the hour mark, having completed 100% of his attempted passes, but the fact there was only 19 of them showed how little of the ball that he saw. Briefly livened up proceedings when switching to the left flank, but this was a quiet night for him. Phillips went off for Grealish. Talk about Calvin's performance. An uncomfortable debut earlier on, chasing the ball out of possession and losing it too often on the brief occasions when he had it, but improved with his passing and actually finished the first half, having made the most tackles and most interceptions of anyone on the pitch. Was substituted with a quarter of an hour remaining after a stronger second half. Trent went off for Maitland-Niles. Talk about Trent's performance. The wing-back role was thought likely to suit him by freeing up to do what he does best, but the Liverpool man was unable to get much going down the right side. The deeper starting position might be the more effective way of getting the best from him after all. Next up, we've got Belgium. Belgium first in the table. I think this is just the fact that, Gareth needs to rethink of his midfield, bring back a couple of good players into the team to make us a little bit more stronger, a bit more unity in the midfield, strong midfielders that can go forwards as well. The likes of Henderson as well. I think he might have been injured, so that's why I didn't get called up. It's just a matter of fact, we need to prepare well for Belgium. They're going to be difficult, they're going to be tough. We're going to have to be able to break them down. We're at home, which is good, so hopefully that will give us home advantage, but you never know. So I think it's just all about, like I said, high intensity, high tempo, going to have to push them back, high pressing from minute 1 to minute 90. And if we make a mistake, they'll capitalise. That's what Belgium will do to us. Always on it. They've got a great manager, got some fantastic players, quality players. We're going to have to be awake as well. We're looking forward to a good game against Belgium. It's going to be difficult. We're going to have to dig deep and hopefully get a good game out of this one, and hopefully get the result that we want as well against Belgium. It's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard, but you never know at the end of the day what can happen. Gareth needs to pick the right team, put the players in the right positions. He needs to balance the team out right. The structure in the team needs to be right. We need depth in the team, and he needs to select the right formation for the game. The last time England won against Belgium was on Sunday the 2nd of June 2012, and it ended 1-0 to England. England have never lost at home, but the last time England lost to Belgium was on Saturday the 14th of July 2018 in the World Cup, and it ended 2-0 to Belgium in the third place playoff. The players to look out for is Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Meunier, Dennis Pratt, if that's how you say his name, Witsel, Kevin De Bruyne, Carrasco, Tillemans, Dendoncker, Trossard, Lukaku, Hazard, Mertens, and Hazard and Batshuayi. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. See you guys in the next couple of days, and peace.